Oh, I think I'm like one. No, I think I'm like 160.
So you're not that far away. It's at like 217 now.
Yeah, I was actually tonight. I was gonna because I did a big Bleach binge last time I read some manga, and I think I'm gonna read some JJK today
It's a good call.
because
Whoops.
that's just fucking fire.
I need to fix my camera here. Oh well. That's not quite the same exact size or location as yours, but it's close enough.
Hmm.
I was trying to fix my camera, or like it was like cutting off part of my head on my on the recording thing. Needed to fix it.
Ooh, I gotta do my podcast candle.
Oh boy. Now we're really getting romantic in here.
So romantic. Always podcast sets the vibe. God, dude, drinking some kombucha.
Oh boy.
Hel-
I have
healthy as
I have
fuck.
a I have a mixed relationship with kombucha
This one from Kirkland is good. The ginger lemonade.
because like sometimes I don't know, some kombucha can be like pretty good, but others is just like sour grossness in my opinion.
Yeah, some are like, yeah, some are so bad actually. Like I makes me like almost gag.
It almost like tastes like you're drinking like cold bile. Like it's just
Yeah,
gross.
yeah, it's fucking yeah. Some of them are so bad. Ooh.
Oh god. Well, I did start the recording 2 minutes ago and we're already on the stream, so we might as well get this bad boy underway.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another awesome, amazing episode of Undercover Weebs.
Let's go.
This episode, we are doing anime that we changed our mind about.
Uh huh.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm not entirely sure what that entire topic means. Um,
I got
so,
you.
as usual, I will be kind of winging it. So, let me ask some clarifying questions here.
All right,
So,
let's do it.
does this include anime that just like get better as they go on? Like, you initially didn't like them and then like they got better, so like you like them more, or is it just anime that you watch all the way through, finished, and then you either liked them and then you stopped liking them for some reason, or the other way around where you grew a new appreciation for it after you're finished with it, like after
That's a
time?
good. That is a really good question because okay, my initial thoughts on that were like like anime you watch and you either didn't like it so much at first or you really liked it, but then as time progressed and you saw more stuff or you just got to sit on it longer, you either liked it less or liked it more. Like your opinion on it changed.
Okay, so that it's basically like if you've seen the whole thing and then your opinion changes
But
after
I
you've
think
seen it.
we can still do what you're saying because if
Because
like it's a super long running show and it gets worse over time, your opinion on it changed when you initially started watching it. So it can
yeah,
kind of be both.
yeah. But one thing is like there's just such big outliers for me in saying one season is significant, like a beginning season, the first season is just like way better than the next season. For example, Promise Neverland, the first season
Yeah.
was phenomenal, and then the next season was just so atrocious. But my mind about the first season doesn't. If I look at the first season in
Okay. Okay.
isolation, it's still peak anime. But if I take it as a whole, as time went on, I don't look at it as good as I did before because that second season happened. You know,
Okay, okay. You know what? Let's just we could. So okay, I say something like that doesn't count
doesn't count.
doesn't count because yeah, I'm gonna say something like that doesn't count, and also something like Tokyo Ghoul doesn't count.
Where they just went down the shitter.
Yes, when they just
Because that's
completely
based
went
off
down
of
the
such a
shitter.
good story. It's just
Yes, and that's something that like I think they botched. So like I don't
Mhm.
want to even like, I don't know. I don't want to count that.
yeah.
If that
I
makes
was gonna
sense.
throw out another example, but I think I gotta save that example because then I realized after the anime ends, the manga goes way downhill. So and
Okay, yeah, let's just
it's
keep it. Let's just keep it.
yeah.
Let's, let's just wing it and roll with it because you know we're gonna have so much to say on basically all of it.
Yeah, that's
So
so true. That's so true. Oh, damn. What do I even want to start with though? That's tough.
do I want to start off as a hater? Or do I want to start off as a fanboy?
That's that's hard to say. Um Gosh, I did not prepare myself for this, so I'm just kind of looking through a list of anime that I've seen, and one one that comes to mind right away actually is I don't know if you've watched it or not. Is March Comes In Like a Lion.
Haven't seen it.
When I was watching it, and I think there's 2 seasons. I thought that it was honestly the most boring shit I ever saw. Like it's just they're playing chess, or it's not even chess, it's shogi, which is more complicated chess. And I watched the whole first season, and as I don't even know why I watched the second season because I didn't really like the first season, and I don't know what it was, but halfway through the second season, all of a sudden I just started liking it, and then after it ended, I I just all of a sudden look back at it and I think, wow, that was actually really good. And the thing is,
Yeah,
I think maybe it just didn't appeal to my taste because it was just so I don't even know. That's such a unique series that it's just I don't I just don't know what even caused me to change the way I thought about it, I guess, because it was
do you think it's just like more of like the more stuff you took in after that, you were like, okay, that was quality. That was
yeah,
actually like
maybe
unique.
that
That
is
was
true.
interesting.
Because I do find myself nowadays really struggling to find something that hits good, you know?
Hmm. All
Especially
right.
yeah, like when I went on the initial binger of the like when I first got into anime, hitting the Death
Like
Note,
consuming everything.
hitting the Full Metal Alchemist, like consuming nothing but the best. I I feel like there's just new things that come out except for like a rare thing like Attack on Titan or a Ranking of Kings where it's just
Yep.
hits on every single level. It just
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. I
And
feel that.
March Comes In Like a Lion definitely didn't hit on that, but it was just I realized it was better than I thought it was after.
Mhm. All right. I'm gonna tail that with a show that I absolutely loved the first time I watched it. And and the more I see other stuff, the higher this show climbs on my all-time list.
Really.
Because yeah, you're gonna love this take. You're gonna love this take
I
because,
might know what it is, but I'm gonna let you say.
well, because you were how to me about Death Parade forever, and I watched it, and I was like, that was amazing. Now, the more I see stuff, I'm like, there is really nothing quite like Death Parade, and it
It's
climbs
so
higher in my
good.
top 10 list every time.
Mm.
Like, I had nothing bad to say about it in the first place. But I don't even think it was in my top 10 when I first watched it. Maybe not even my top 15, but I was like, that was amazing. Now I'm like, creativity, how good every episode was. It's probably my top 6 now. Like, it is, oh, it's so good.
It's 10 out of 10 every
It
single
is.
episode. It
It is 10
never
out of 10.
fails.
No.
I am so happy that you brought that up and I didn't have to because that wouldn't have showed up on my list because I ended it thinking that that
Right.
was the after I finished it, that was like, that's my number one. That is the
Yeah.
best thing I've ever seen. And
Oh, it's
the
so
thing is, as you said, it only does get higher on my list, even though it's already at number one. Like
yeah.
every time I think back to it, I just it's just the best.
And you know what it is? I can literally tell you exactly why. Because as long as like when shows go on, I can pick out things I didn't like about it and stuff. But a anime like that, it's there's not really much to pick out that's bad because it's
No,
so flawless. So then it just keeps getting better as time goes on because you're like, there's nothing wrong with that. It was wonderful.
it's 12 episodes that's purely character driven, and at the same time, you only have 3 characters that are there the whole show, and all the other
Oh,
characters are one-offs every episode, but each episode goes so deep into those individual
chills.
characters and their life and essentially how they died or why they died, and damn does it hit. Like it hits you like a semi truck every time.
It's like a semi truck, and the ending was actually great. It was so good, and for anime, it's always hard to hit. Anime endings are never that good.
Even thinking about the ending just makes
Oh,
me want to tear up.
it's
It
so
makes
sad. Oh
just thinking about
man,
her holding that remote and begging, and then him. I'm not.
Mm,
I can't say anything more because
chills.
if any of you, if I feel like we haven't brought up Death Parade in a couple of episodes, and
Yeah,
that's a problem.
it
Even
is
more
a
than a
problem.
couple episodes, in a lot of episodes, we need to bring up Death Parade more often. If you're an OG on this podcast, you know that's where
You
it's
know,
at.
and Death Parade is never talked about. Like, I feel like no one else talks about it, and it's amazing.
Just me, because it is the best thing ever
We're-
produced.
It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Can't say enough good things about
and
it.
I wanted a second season of it so bad, but at the same time, it's one of those things like I don't want a second season because I
Mm,
don't want them to fuck it up.
right, right.
Gosh, what a
Yeah,
great choice!
yeah. There we go. Starting off hot.
What a great choice. One that, uh, so yeah, here. So now I'm kind of starting to hit those issues where I'm like, is it that I just lost interest in it, or is it that the story just got bad later on?
I have one that's gonna fall into both those categories that we always
Because
slander. So.
I was just gonna bring up one that we slander. If we're probably thinking the same one.
I know, and I always feel bad slandering it because we always we always slander it.
We can't possibly go through an episode like this without bringing up My Hero, I'm guessing,
Okay,
is
that's
what we're
I'm.
both
Yeah,
thinking.
it is. It is. Yeah.
But if I think back about the beginning of My Hero and the course it's taken, I've realized that it just was never that good. It was
Yeah.
just they manufacture somehow with like sound and animation, they make you feel like you're more invested in some characters than you are, and that
Yep.
they get you with that, and then after the season ends or after you've had a bit of time to sit and think about what happened, you realize, hey, that was actually pretty bad character writing.
Yeah. They build like artificial. I guess it's not artificial hype. It's artificial feelings.
Yeah,
That's what they build. It's
exactly.
artificial feelings. Like, oh
I
man.
think what does that for me is just it's such a hypocritical, such a plot hole filled mess.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I have a lot of gripes with it. I'm not gonna unbelievably like just completely shit on it like I always do. But even the first 3 seasons, I did like aspects of it. And the more I consume other stuff, and I'm not even watching it or reading it or catching up because I already like dropped it. I'm just sick of it. it gets worse as time goes on, even the stuff I liked. Because I loved the first season. When I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, this is amazing. And the moment I started consuming way more stuff, I was like, oh, just kidding. It's really not that good. I like 3
Mhm.
characters in the whole show. Like, I don't know. And that show's cast is just colossal.
Way
So
too
when,
big for its own good.
when I like 3 characters, it's tough.
Way too big for its own good.
So even the aspects, because I feel like
I
the
don't
first
even
3
like 3
seasons,
characters in that show. I don't even
yeah,
like 3, I don't think.
I
The
like
ones that I
Mirio.
the ones that I do like, I really don't even like that much.
I like Mirio the most by far, and I like Stain. And then Endeavor, I don't know. I kind of like Endeavor. That's
Mm.
about it. Todoroki, hate. Deku, hate even more. I just, no, not it for me.
I
Not it.
think I just hate all of the characters is the problem. I don't like any of them.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't I
not.
can't think of a character that I if I saw on the screen, I won't have the urge to punch my monitor. Like,
And but another thing is I'm surprised that show got as big as it is, because a lot of people like shit on anime because they think it's childish, which isn't the case if you've
and
seen a
that
lot of
is the
anime.
most childish
And
show
yeah.
I have seen, I think, ever, including American cartoons. And
Yeah,
that is the most popular anime. It just doesn't connect. I think it's
yeah.
probably more that anime just has the most amount of shameless people willing to say that, like,
Maybe, dude,
it's
that might be it,
it's
the fan
more
base.
so that though the vocal weebs, the smelly ones,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
the anime convention weebs, which I've
Yes.
gone to an anime convention, but I mean, I'm not to that kind of. I take showers. I smell nice. Um,
Well put together, man.
yeah,
Good,
but
good taste. Actual good taste.
yeah, I admit I watch My Hero, but I think that I think it's just the more outspoken people about their anime watching tend to go all out with My Hero.
Yeah, it
And
just
it's a very common, hey, this is the first thing you should watch too. I don't get
mhm.
that either.
I don't eat. Well, hey, our friend Luke, shout out Luke. You just started watching anime, and we love that. But he loves My Hero, dude. And he's actually seen some other ones. So
Yeah, I think he said that he liked My Hero more than like Death Note or something too, and then I just wanted to smash my face into my.
even the second part of the second season of Death Note's better than My Hero. So
Just My
uh,
Hero is just such a shallow story. It has no
yeah.
depth.
Hey, we love that people watch anime though. If you like My Hero, go
Yeah,
for it. Just
if My
watch some other
Hero is the
stuff.
only anime you've ever watched and you like it, then good because that means you watched an anime.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's all I really ask. But all I ask on top of
Right.
that is then to watch an anime better than My Hero. Because
And we
you
can
don't
put you on
have
like
to go
50.
far. Yeah, you don't have to go far. My Hero doesn't land in my top 100, so
Oh, I'm dead.
that's yeah. But I had another one in mind, but I forgot what it was. So now I gotta. I was too busy being uh, fist deep in My Hero.
I got one that it was one of the earlier ones I watched and I absolutely loved it, and it has absolutely fallen on my list completely, and I still do actually think it's quality. Soul Eater. I loved that shit when I first watched it. I was obsessed. It was like
Soul Eater
one of my favorites.
is I like Soul Eater.
And I do too.
I think I would have liked it more if I watched it when I was younger because the main thing I liked about Soul Eater was it had very unique animation, especially
Yep.
like the backgrounds and the
Uh-huh.
setting was very unique. And now being older, I think I've appreciated that. But if I would have watched it 10 years before, I would have been like, this is the coolest shit ever. You know,
Mhm.
I would have had like Dragon Ball eyes, what I would consider super nostalgia eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like where I was at too, because it was such a breath of fresh air based on like what I was watching,
Hmm.
and oh my gosh, I loved it to death. And some of the characters in that show I still think are just hilarious and great quality. It's one of those shows where the more you watch other stuff, you're like, okay, not
Yeah.
as good as I initially thought, but that
And I
one
think
fell on my list.
maybe has something to do with the anime original ending, or like the fact that it doesn't follow the manga. I don't know. I have 3
Mhm.
volumes of the manga, of which I haven't read any of them, but I don't know how much it deviates. I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending of the anime.
I wasn't either. The whole thing with the main girl, and
I didn't
then
like
I,
her as a villain, so then to keep her as the villain and then kind of the final villain, but then also the Ashura is also being the final villain. I don't know. I thought it got kind of convoluted.
mm,
The Snake Woman. I wish it was the Snake Woman gave me Kabuto vibes. Like, bro, you should have been
kind of.
gone 600 chapters ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually a very good. That's a very good comparison to make. Kind of. Uh, yeah. It was good though. I'd still recommend it. Probably.
Yeah, I would too. I think it's worth watching just to see the cool animation. To be 100%
Yeah, and
honest,
it does have cool fights, and there are some quality
has
characters in it
banger
actually.
openers too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Paper Moon is a
Mhm.
bop, bro.
It is a bop. It's fire.
What about Fire Force? We both. That's I mean that's one that's more the story. I think just went downhill.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'll still put season one on a pedestal as
Hmm.
being good.
I remember going into season 2, me and you were both hyping it up. We're like, this is
Hyped.
gonna be sick. This is going in such a cool direction. And then
Uh
season
huh.
2 just fell flat on its face.
Fell flat on its face. And I think it's still like it's adapting to the manga closely, so it's not
Yeah, I
like
don't think it's deviating.
an anime fault, it's just a story fault for that one.
Hmm.
It just didn't keep up the quality of season 1. Just some of the parts of season 2 I was like, what is happening? What's going on right now? I'm lost. Like where
Yeah,
did this go?
yeah. And one thing I've said this a couple times that makes me mad about Fire Force is he did not think far ahead on the powers he was making because it becomes oh so obvious that he ran out of like basic powers to give and then he starts giving people the most wild shit.
Yeah.
Like he could not have planned farther than like 15 chapters because they have Shinra and Arthur where one shoots fire out of his feet and the other has a fire sword.
Yeah.
And then it's like now we have people. I remember in season 2 there's one that has like a cool smoke ability where he can make smoke and make weapons out of smoke and shit, or one that like
Yeah.
can just like draws in the air and then shit explodes, and one kid has literally nuclear level stuff, and it's just like wow, this guy has fire shooting out of his feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and even at the end of season 1, they're like, okay, we can't have Firefoot guy be we gotta step it up somehow. Now
Yeah.
we're just gonna light speed him. We're gonna
Yeah,
light speed
he
reverse
travels through
time him.
time,
Boom.
bro. He travels through
What?
time.
I was like, what the hold on, where are we going here?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
To me, that just shows me that he did not think very far ahead on this series, and then he somehow tied it back into being in the Soul Eater universe,
I'm
which
still kind
makes
of interested in how that's
yeah.
gonna happen.
That's I'm gonna keep watching through all the way through Fire Force, if it makes it all the way to the end in the anime, just to
Yeah.
see how that connects back because apparently it does, and
Yeah.
I am
I
interested to
don't
see
know
how
how
he's gonna
yeah.
finagle that.
Like what happened first? Do we even know? Which one's a prequel to what?
Fire Force is the prequel to Soul Eater
Okay.
because
Okay.
apparently Shinra is supposed to be like the god of the Soul Eater universe.
What?
it gets pretty fucking wild at the end, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. Firefoot guy becomes a god.
I've seen like
Heard.
pictures of him. He's got like horns and he's red and he's a devil basically. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the hell happened between now and then, but obviously there's been some changes into the power system or something, or he became a
Where are the weapons? Where are the weapons?
infernal.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. Apparently, somehow the people that get made into scythes and shit just become a thing. You know, I don't know. Magic.
I don't. Yeah, magic. Magic.
Don't think too hard about it.
Got to get further than fire magic because. Yeah.
All right. One I know I'm gonna catch flack for. Haikyuu. Haikyuu first season, great. I thought it was awesome. Haikyuu second season, meh, is the same as the first season. Haikyuu third season, I've seen this twice before. Haikyuu fourth season, it's getting a little old. Like,
yeah. Yeah, Haikyuu's fallen on mine too. I do still like it. I mean,
especially after seeing Blue Lock, where I think Blue Lock is just light years ahead of Haikyuu.
Well, no, I'd agree. I would agree because there's more. The premise of Blue Lock is so much cooler.
Yeah, and Haikyuu,
you can do a lot more with soccer than volleyball.
And that's the problem with Haikyuu as well, is that you can only do so much by playing games of volleyball.
Yeah.
You can only have so many comebacks before I start caring. Like, you got to do something different.
Yeah.
Even if you're going to do, if you're going to have them enter some tournament that's not for nationals or whatever the hell it is, that's just some weird way to, like, maybe they got to play it with their fucking feet or something. Like, just make it something different. But it's the same thing every single episode.
Yeah.
It's practice and then tournament. And then they lose for the first couple times, and then obviously there's a couple of the seasons, and then the win is like, well, like they're not going to win the nationals before the end of the series because that's what the ending's going to be. So it's like they're going to lose before they get there. It's just way too predictable and way too overdone, like way too repetitive.
No, I kind of agree. I think it's still good.
It's not character driven enough to carry me through.
You can only do so much with high school students playing volleyball.
That is the major glaring issue. But some people will carry that to their grave that Haikyuu is the best.
No, it's not. Blue Lock is better. It's so much more interesting. You can do so much more. You can have a lot more interesting characters in a show like Blue Lock.
That I think that's a major flaw in sports anime in general, is that you're just so limited.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do a sports anime or sports manga, do it like 12 episodes. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Keep it short.
Yeah. Keep it short. Because I feel like Blue Lock's probably going to end up running. See.
Yeah, even I'm getting some Blue Lock fatigue at a point.
I haven't hit that yet because there's still so much they can do.
Yeah, I don't know. I've started getting some fatigue for sure.
That's fair. Sports anime. There's not enough room. There's not enough room to really keep driving it for long periods of time.
Yeah, sports anime isn't my forte. Not my thing.
It's not mine either. It's not mine either.
No.
But actually, Kengan Ashura is one of my favorite manga.
Kengan Ashura is phenomenal. Well, that's not even really sports anime because they're like fighting, and they each have like their own fighting style that it's almost like
and there's like districts and there's it's a bigger world and
it's way cooler. I really
Yeah.
like Kengan Ashura.
I still read the manga every single week to this day.
And that also doesn't really get repetitive because
Mm-mm.
they never really fight the same people again. Like everyone has their own fighting style, and then you fight them once and you beat them, and then it's like to someone new with a different fighting style and a different backstory,
Mhm.
and each time you actually have absolutely no idea who's gonna win.
Right. And like you can get creative with the different kind of come up with. I mean, some people aren't even like martial arts or military. So like you could just really keep going forever with that.
Yeah,
When there's like gangs and like undercover organizations stuff, like it just there's a lot that they can do with.
it's just, and I'm waiting for that damn third season. Give me that third season. Is the third season gonna be the last season? How long do I got? If how much
No,
more
they're
content is left? I feel like there's a
no,
lot left.
they definitely have to do another one to finish the Kengan Ashura story before Kengan Omega. They'll never
Well,
animate
Kengan
Kengan Omega.
Omega's got to be. They got to at least finish the tournament,
Yeah.
and that I feel like that itself would take another 2 seasons, unless they do like a
Yeah.
24 episode season, maybe.
No, it would take another 2 seasons for sure. For sure.
They're taking their sweet time on it, so
Yeah, and they're CGIing it. And it's not like blow your socks off CGI by any means. So
no,
you
it's
could
good
cook
for
that out.
it's good for CGI, but it's not Trigun good for CGI.
No, it's not Trigun good. Speaking of that, I need to catch up on that because I
Yeah, I
actually
think I'm
have
on
been
episode
enjoying it.
I've been on episode I'm on like episode 4, but I miss Millie.
Millie. Millie's a goodie.
You know, another one that I'm gonna get hate for. I actually have a poster of it right there. Chainsaw Man.
Oh.
This one's almost like a upside down V for me. It's like it started off when I started reading it. I got like 10 chapters in. I'm like, this is dumb. I hate Denji. Dude's a bitch. I'm done. And then 6 months later, I came back and I picked it up and I read the whole thing in one day. And I was like, damn, that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, you know, I'm seeing all these people giving, in my opinion, the author a little bit too much credit for things they're looking a little too deep into, and they're, you know, I don't know how to say it. Especially, I don't think the hate started coming in until he did those few one-shots, especially Look Back, I think it's called. Which one is the one where they blow shit up at the end?
It's got
Goodbye, Eri. That's
Goodbye, Eri. Goodbye, Eri.
Goodbye, Eri. When people
Goodbye, Eri was
started
bad.
Yeah, and when people started making YouTube videos about that and were talking about how deep it was and how I was like, that was the worst damn manga one shot I ever read. And I think it was more so, it's not that I dislike Chainsaw Man, it's that I started to dislike the people that were hyping up his other works, that I started to dislike Chainsaw Man because of that reason.
Okay.
Because I like Chainsaw Man, but to a degree that I think it's got that syndrome where people are they're looking too far into things. Like, you know how in like an anime opening, especially say, I know I've seen, there's this one, I think he's like Mother's Basement or something on YouTube that'll do a whole 30-minute YouTube video on looking at every single shot in an anime opening and explaining the imagery and the meaning behind this and all that. And it's like, bro, they spent probably like 3 days doing that shit. They did not pay that. Like, they did not put that much detail into every single shot in this opening and then just throw the rest of the show out the fucking window. Like, they didn't do that. They purely were just like, oh, this is cool and kind of fits the theme. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Man, dare I say, I think Chainsaw Man had like a recency fanboy bias.
So much, so much.
It is
It's
okay.
good.
Now
It's good.
it's terrific. I think it's honestly phenomenal. I think it's really good. Do I think it? I probably would rate it lower than what.
You cut out.
But
What
it's
was that?
oh, I'd probably rate it lower than whatever my manga. To be honest,
Well, yeah, it was animated really well. It was the like
anime's fire.
I can't. It is better than most of the shit that's being put out now.
Mm.
And a
Oh,
recency
it's in the
bias,
top half of anything I've seen for sure or read. It's in the
yeah,
top half, I would say. For
and
sure.
a recency bias definitely throws that up further.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yes.
a big issue with it is it's got the recency bias. Looking back,
Hot take: I like Ranking of Kings more than Chainsaw Man.
oh, I like Ranking
Come
of
at me
Kings
for that.
leagues more than I like Chainsaw Man.
Okay, maybe that wasn't that hot of a take. Ranking of Kings is so good.
Ranking of Kings was that's another one that I think just didn't get the viewership.
Yeah, I just didn't get the viewership.
It just went under the radar.
Which is a bummer 'cause it was so good.
Every
Good.
time I think
There-
about Boji, I just feel warm inside.
Bro, Boje, Kage, Hill, all of them. I loved it. I loved it. There's so many good characters.
You know,
Oh.
I'm afraid they're gonna ruin it by making a second season. Don't make a second season. It ended in a good spot. I don't know if there's more to the story. Don't make a damn second season. Don't do
Don't
it.
do it. Don't do it. It ended great. It was a great ending. It's perfect.
I don't care if you think the next arc could be better or something. I don't want to see it. I don't. I want to remember the ending as it was because it ended in such a good spot. And I don't need to know Boji's next adventure because this was a closed loop right there. We don't need to start another loop.
It's great. Him and Kage are boys. They're doing their thing. Spoiler alert. But let it happen. Let my imagination run wild. Don't ruin it for me, please.
Some
Please
things
don't.
are better left unanswered. And One Piece is good at that philosophy because they don't tell us shit.
What Oda needs to start hitting us with some stuff because I think
He's dropping them in the SBSs though, which kind of makes me mad, but at the same time, it's like at least we're getting the info.
At least we're getting something, like the whole Zoro dad thing.
That was one thing that I was kind of mad about, and
Yeah.
I'm not happy about him dropping the backstories of people in the SBS. Like I wanted something for Kid
Yep.
because Kid is like a pretty important character, and we don't have anything on his backstory. And to put that in the SBS where 90% of One Piece readers are not even going to see unless they're like
I didn't even
actively-
read it. I didn't
yeah,
even read
exactly.
it.
You heard it from me. Or I don't even
Yeah.
think I told you about the Kid backstory
No,
being in
no,
there.
you never did. I just
Yeah.
heard it right now.
Exactly. The Kid backstory is in the SBS. I said something like a couple weeks ago about the Lost story. His dad was just revealed in the backstory. Which also, if you were shipping what's the girl that died falling down the stairs?
Kuina?
Kuina. They're like second cousins, bro. So you can't ship them.
Yeah, now
They're
with
both
Toshigi?
Shimotsuki.
Now if we ship him and Toshigi, that's weird.
That is weird.
Zoro and Robin.
No, it's Zoro. It's Zoro and the ghost girl, Perona.
Corona.
Zoro and Perona, Sanji and Pudding.
Sanji and Pudding. You know it's gonna be Sanji and
No, it's got to be I don't think Oda can't give us Sanji and Pudding and then take that away from us.
that was really good. That was really, really good.
You can't. One does not tease us like that.
Give me Sanji and Viola. Viola?
Viola.
Violet?
It's
Viola?
Viola. I don't know how
Yeah,
to say it. I read it,
Yeah,
bro.
the girl from Dressrosa?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I read it,
Yeah, okay.
but I did never heard it be said. So it could, like, before I heard Momonosuke be said by you, I've said this a couple times, I thought it was Momonosuke.
Momonosuke.
Bro, I'm just reading and I don't pay that close attention to the
I
names.
don't either.
So, yeah. I was wrong on that for quite a long time.
One of my old coworkers, instead of saying Josuke from part 4 of JoJo's, he was Suke.
Josuke?
It just cracked me up. Now he still says he'd be like, Josuke, he's my favorite JoJo. I'm like, bro. All right, I got one here.
Let's hear it.
I thought I would hate it as it goes on, but the anime is so good and the animation is so good, I think it grows on me. Demon Slayer, man. Demon Slayer. It's growing on me. As it goes along, it's
After
growing.
we're done talking about why we think it's good or why we think it grows on us, I gotta talk about the movie because holy shit,
Yeah.
was that a shit show? But
I'm excited to hear you talk about that. Okay, but season 1, I was like, it's hype. Story, yeah, kind of lacking. The movie came out. I liked the movie. I liked it.
I was so on the movie.
It wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Toad, what? Season 2 was a banger. So good. Everything I love about Demon Slayer. It's just, I'm like, it's still there. It hasn't faded at all. It hasn't faded. It's still just fire. So I'm like, man, it is good. I can't even really hate because they just keep putting out quality.
Yeah. And I 100% agree with you. So imagine Demon Slayer with a Black Clover budget and animation and sound. It would be fucking horrible.
It would be bad. It would be so bad. Oh, it would be so bad.
We don't realize just how much that animation and that sound and that like what ufotable is putting into it. We can't even. It's just unexplained. I don't even know how to put it in words. Like, if it was animated like Black Clover was, no one would watch it.
No, it would be probably less popular than.
It's just the way that it's done and the quality.
It's so good. It's so good. And I will say the story is good enough.
It's good enough to keep you intrigued.
Yes. So that really also helps a lot. Because don't get me wrong, I think the story is like leagues above. So, like leagues above something like My Hero.
Yeah.
So like if they're gonna animate it like the best thing I've ever watched, oh, you best believe I'm just gonna keep watching it because I get hella enjoyment from it. Demon Slayer, I've talked some smack about you before, and I'm gonna rescind that because you're good. You're good.
I will say, it does maintain its status. I thought it was gonna get worse because I've heard that the story is not good and the story gets worse, but maybe we're just not far enough yet. But now I need to talk about the movie because that shit was actually a scam. Dead ass. Straight up, if you're listening to this, do not go to the Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village movie. Sitting there, I was an hour and like 10 minutes in, and I was like, damn, I actually just went to a recap movie.
Is it just the last season?
It's the last 2 episodes of last season and one like 30-minute like teaser to the next season, basically. They didn't even, and with the last 2 episodes of last season, and they had like a recap, like slideshow kind of shit of the first season, where they just like took clips of the first season, and the movie, and then they literally just straight up played the last 2 episodes of season 2. Intro and exit credits for both.
Wait, what?
Yes, they did not even bother to remove the credits.
What? No way.
Honestly, leaving the theater, I was like, that should have been illegal. Like, that should, in some way, they should have to say, they should have to, like, split that poster in half or something for the movie and say, hey, we're lying. This isn't actually, this isn't new content. Like, we renamed the last 2 episodes of the last season into To the Swordsmith Village arc. When you actually only get 30 minutes of the swords. I literally, midway through the second episode, I thought about getting up and leaving. I was like, I'm not going to watch this. This is dumb. I paid $15 to watch something I've already seen, and I didn't watch the credits the first time. Why would I watch them again?
That's hilarious. Man, I'm glad I didn't go to it. That's so crisp in my memory. I don't even need a refresher.
Yeah, and the thing is, in the first, it's basically the first episode of the next season, and nothing even happens in the first episode. There's no fights. There's no action. Half of the episode is Tanjiro recovering from the last
His
season.
wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was dead ass a scam. Straight up.
That's hilarious. Hey, they need to pat that budget somehow. They need to make some extra money.
I was baffled. I don't know how they can get away with that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty wild.
That was such a blatant money grab. That is honestly so unforgivable.
That's hilarious. Hey, watch this. The animation for the next season is going to be incredible because of it.
Oh, the animation for the 30 minutes that were there was phenomenal. I mean, it was the same level as all the other animation, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Did I waste my time? I would have paid $15 to see just the 30 minutes of new content instead of having to watch the last 2 episodes of the last season that I already fucking saw. Like, bro, you don't. Yeah. I'm okay with paying to see the new stuff, but don't waste my time with shit I already seen.
Right. Yeah, that's wild. They're like, hey, we got to come up with some money fast if we need to keep this animation budget where it's at. That's funny.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully this next season is good, because I heard that the first season was by far the best season. Then it hasn't gone downhill.
No, I think they just put so much good effort into the backstories of the demons that that carries it. Because if they didn't have that, I think I probably wouldn't care. Because like the first season, the backstory of the kid, the second season, the backstory of, and that's why I didn't like the Mugen Train movie that much. We didn't get the backstory of the demon, and the demon was kind of a secondary character, and in a way, everyone was kind of a secondary character because it just wasn't much of an arc.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that cause is that the only one we really don't get a backstory for?
Pretty much. Well, there's like a couple like one-off whatever demons that they kill, like just in between, you know, not like real important, but for a major demon that they kill, which is literally a lower moon.
The train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get zero backstory on him. None.
Yeah, I'm trying to blank. Who's the Hashira in season 2 white-haired guy? Tengen Uzui. Oh gosh, couldn't think of it. He was sick. He was a great character.
He was cool.
Tengen was awesome. Like, we'll see. I feel like it has to start falling flat because that's what everybody's saying. But we'll see.
I think the ending gets pretty messy, as do most shonen that come out of Shonen Jump.
Yeah, the endings always get a little
Shonen
messy.
Jump is like, hey, we can't have you finish your manga how you want it. We gotta get something else in here, something newer and better. So we're gonna make you finish it now. So,
man, I won't be watching that movie. I tell you what, AK.
No, don't even bother. I can give you a full recap right now if you wanted. What happened?
No, we're good. We're smooth, brother.
Exactly. It's really nothing happened. I can tell you he went from point A to point B, and that's it. That is all that happened. Wow. Well, that's my rant about not going to the Demon Slayer movie.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I think you really sold people on not
Hmm.
going to that movie.
Don't waste your money. I don't care if you do go to it. Skip the first hour. Dead ass. Walk in
Go right at the
over.
end.
Walk in an hour into the showing because it's not worth it.
That's wild. That's wild.
Just unbelievable. Let me look at my list of other things here.
I have Naruto and obviously slid.
Naruto and what?
DBZ.
DBZ. Well, yeah, DBZ is obviously not going to maintain. Well, it does for some people.
Right.
It does for some people.
A very select few though. Even like the DBZ, their favorite of all time.
Yeah, it's just
For what it did for anime, goated.
it's just not good. I'm sorry. It just don't cut it, dog.
Naruto's the same way though, and I am high on Naruto, so don't get it twisted. But when I first watched it, it was like my favorite thing I'd ever seen.
Naruto's good. A little bit too much talk no jutsu, but
As a story, as a whole, and all the great characters that are in it, love Naruto. Completely slid in my ranking, but love Naruto.
yeah, it was kind of all over the place for me. And actually, after we had that big 3 ranking episode, and then I started reading Bleach again, and then I admitted to Naruto being number 2. I'm back on Bleach being number 2. Bleach is good. Bleach is good. Damn it.
Bleach is good. Don't get it twisted. They were the big 3 for a reason.
Bleach doesn't get enough credit.
It doesn't get enough credit. No one ever talks about Bleach.
Another
One Piece and Naruto are just like dwarf it in popularity.
Yeah,
dwarf it.
They really do. I don't understand why, because Bleach is no slouch and it's good. For me, it's been good all the way through. They're really, except for maybe the first part.
Yeah.
After that, after you get going, it goes.
Well, so yeah, based on what we've read so far, we're getting there and finishing the whole thing. Yeah, there hasn't been any bad parts besides the first part.
Yeah,
because there's some low parts in Naruto. There's some.
Yeah,
So.
There's some big parts in Naruto, for fucking sure. Yeah, and I've heard that the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is good, and we're both on it now. So like,
it is good.
It must end okay then if it's good. Yeah, one manga that does not seem to be ending good, and that I used to really like, and that I still hope every week comes something new that changes my mind, is Black Clover.
Black Clover is on my list.
I honestly don't know if it's just us two or if it's actually the whole community that thinks Black Clover just fell off. But wow, do I hate Black Clover now.
It fell off. There's no way we're.
I think we just. I think we just kind of forgot what Black Clover was for a little bit. Like, we were in the Spade Kingdom and we're like, Magna's doing some cool shit.
You can go back and watch whatever episode that is. Me and AK are hyping up Black Clover to know tomorrow where the manga was at that. We were saying, like, this has potential to be like one of the best shonen ever. It's so good right now. And then immediately after that, we just shot ourselves in the foot because it just went crash and burn.
I think me and you might have just overvalued that one episode, or that one part so much that it ruined the rest of it for us.
No, because Noelle got a great power up right before that. That was great.
Yeah, but then the rest of the power ups, we were like, we don't like these that much. Like, Rills was pretty cool, but then it was like, okay, we just saw 2 really good power ups, and then they started doing the group shot panels that they're still doing.
Yeah.
It's bothersome, bro.
the new area they go to, I wasn't a very big this other new power system.
We don't know we don't really understand. I don't understand what the other new power system is. They never
Yeah, I really
explained
don't
it
either.
once, not
I
a
really
single
don't either.
time. They said what it
That's the last
was
that's the last chapter I read. That was the last
when they
chapter I read.
introduced the new power system. Well,
Mhm.
I am caught up, and I can still say they have not said anything else new about that power system. They use it. Asta uses it like it's his first fucking power system. And what is it? No idea. It helps them slash things better. Okay. What? Bro, just sharpen your sword. What the
Yeah. Maybe it'll pick up, I hope, because I love the characters in that show.
They ruined it. He took it the wrong direction. He took it
Yeah.
I would rather him not even gone to the new place they're at, the new country. I would rather him stuck in where like obviously I wanted to see the new country and stuff, but if he's going to do what he did, I don't fucking take it back. I don't want it. I
Yeah.
wanted it,
yeah.
but now I don't want it. Take it back.
Yeah.
Such an anticlimactic end to the Spade Kingdom arc too.
Yeah. It was sad because I love Black Clover. I really do love Black Clover. I do. I did. No, I don't. I dropped it. That if you could have said no, you will drop this pure like you don't like it, I would have said you're dumb. There's no chance. I watched that whole shit anime, thought it was great. Then I reread the manga.
Yeah, bro.
That's how hype I was, man. I watched the anime, reread the manga. Only thing I've done that for is One Piece. God. Now I'm dropped. Now I've got it. It's in my drop list. I'm reading Mashal weekly, for God's sakes.
I need to catch up on Mashal. I don't know why I dropped it. I think it's just it's too much of an effort for me to catch up. Now I'm like 30, 40 chapters behind now, so
I think it's good. I think it's good.
I
Still.
need to catch up. It's worth more of my effort to catch up to that than it is for me to continue reading Black Clover every week. I think it's just because I am caught up, and then every Sunday I'll read JJK, and then I'll read JJK and then I'll read Black Clover, and then I think I just read Black Clover because I'm in the app and I just read JJK, and it's like, well, I might as well see if anything's changed, and it's like, nope, it still sucks.
That's pretty tough to go from JJK to Black Clover.
You know what? I'll let you know if anything changes, though. I'll let you know if it gets back there.
Let me know. You let me know.
Though, actually, the
I've been reading
very
JJK and
last chapter of Black Clover, they're starting an actual war here, so it could start to be put like they're out of the training and they're going back into the final thing, I think. So we'll see. We'll see. It could be good, but I don't think it'll be good. They'll manage to screw it up somehow.
I think it'll be good. Hopefully.
He did it.
Somebody's got actually, but
somebody's got to come up with another cool ass spell like Magna did, because that was the direction I thought they were going to take with that power system, and then they ruined it.
That I was cool with that, like power up. I was cool with that because there was stakes.
If they make
Let's put it all on the line, me versus you, baby.
If they make that like a one-off power-up kind of thing too, where no one else ever uses anything like that again, it's like, what was the point of even introducing it then? Like, that was a game-changing power-up, and then to just throw it out the window, like, have no one use spells like that ever again?
Yeah.
Like, after that, I guess it doesn't make sense for Asta to use it because he doesn't have magic, but, like, doesn't have magic. In my opinion, anti-magic is more fucking magic than any other magic. Calling him magicless is the biggest bullshit I ever heard.
Yeah, no. He can jump on it and ride it around. What do you mean?
Bro has magic. I'm sorry. At this point, and he can also use like black slash and shit where he like throw like basically kind of like a Getsuga Tensho. It's like, bro, you ain't magicless. You got the most OP magic there is. When he was
Yeah.
just using a sword that was only an anti-magic sword, then it made sense. But after he started fucking flying and all this other shit, it's like, bro,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you are no longer classified as magicless.
you're like the most OP magic user. Come on.
Honestly,
Whatever. Asta's still the man, though. Asta is still the man.
he is.
Dude's. We love a short king.
Bro's a muscle thumb. Dude's short,
is.
but he's a jacked. Damn.
Dude, you know what show is, as time goes and I haven't watched it, makes me want to rewatch it for how good it was.
What's that?
Just thought of it. It wasn't even on my list. Dororo.
That is phenomenal.
Yep. Yeah, Dororo is
Dororo
so
went
gosh
so
darn
under the
good.
radar for some reason. It's an Amazon
Yeah.
thing. It was on
It's
Amazon.
an Amazon
that's why.
thing. Yep, it's an Amazon thing. Shame.
It was good too. It was really good.
Oh, so good, dude. It was so good. Man. I see like TikToks where it's like anime that don't have like a bad episode, and Dororo's on those a lot. Dororo's solid.
Death Parade would be at the top of that though.
Yep. Death Parade absolutely needs to be on that list. There's not one, and then it'll be like Akudama. Where did
Akudama Drive
from?
sucks ass, bro. The first couple episodes I was like, oh, this could be cool, and then by the end I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
I'd say like the first 6 episodes were like terrific. Like
Yeah.
really good.
And they were actually like really good at animation coming out of Studio Piero or Period or whatever
Yeah.
the hell it is, and that studio sucks. And I was like, what? They did this with Akudama Drive, and they absolutely butchered Tokyo Ghoul. It's like, what happened here? And
yeah, dude.
then
Yeah, some of the fight scenes in Akudama Drive are like incredible, like 10 out of 10 fight scenes.
And
But,
then
like,
Akudama Drive absolutely self-destructed at the end. Because
yeah, I still don't even really think I understand where the
they like
and,
were like uploading their minds to this weird thing, and then the kids were supposed to be like take over what that, or like they're become like the new machine that they upload their mind. It was like, where did this come from? There was literally 3 episodes. It was just a bunch of like criminals like fighting against the government for
they're
absolutely
trying
no
to
reason, and
pull
then
out
all
a
of a sudden,
heist.
and then where did all this shit come from?
Yep. Yeah.
Akudama Drive was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, but that was where I see like that's on there too, and then I'm like, how? Okay. You had like a bunch of good ones on there, and then Akudama that go or like Cyberpunk Edge Runners will be on there. I'm like, what?
Cyberpunk Edge Runners
know.
gets okay. I'm kind of off topic now. Cyberpunk
Okay.
Edge Runners was good, but people think it's way better than it is. It is good, yes. It is. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10 on my anime scale. Like, it's better than I don't even know what to compare it to. It's just like you can only kill so many characters in a surprising way in a so short amount of episodes that you're just like, when somebody dies, you're like, okay. Like the first one got me, like the where that girl's like brother died or whatever the hell it was. That one I was like, wow. Yeah, that one's like, wow. And then all of a sudden in like the last 2 episodes, everyone's dead, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay. It just, and then the song that makes everyone sad, I don't like that song. I think the lyrics of that song kind of suck.
Song that makes I don't even know. I don't even know if I finished it. I think I had like 1 episode left, and I just didn't have the urge to.
Don't even.
I was like,
bro.
everyone's dead. I mean, it was good. I did enjoy it what I saw, but.
Mm-hmm. Okay, going back on topic though, you know what a show is that it's always been top for me, but every time I watch something about it or watch something about the characters or like watch anything really people like react to it or anything, it just like goes up my scale is Attack on Titan. I know it's phenomenal, And then when I see someone else react to it, I'm like, wow, that was good, wasn't it? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, that was good. And then I start thinking about other things about the show, and I'm like, damn, dude, he was planning this so far ahead. It was such a well-written story with so many well-written, perfect characters that are so like lifelike characters. And then
Yeah.
you just keep thinking about it, and you're like, damn, bro, that is such a good story.
Yep. Yep, it is.
Even though it's so
I don't have
good.
anything bad to say about it. It's hard. See, some shows you have a hard time poking holes in, and that's one of them. It's
Mhm.
just flawless.
It's just
Because even,
so.
God, like,
As time passes, I just come to appreciate it even more.
well, because I can poke holes in
I just
like a
thought of another one
Code
too.
Geass.
That was the next one I
Like,
was just gonna bring up. I was like, that's when I come to appreciate more for just having a great ending.
yeah,
Seeing
yes,
more and more anime with
yes.
ass cheeks endings, and then thinking back to Code Geass, and you're like, wow, that ending was fire. And then you
And
just
it's like I can't. Okay, the ending almost makes it hard to poke holes in it because the ending makes more sense than when you like watch the show again. You're like, oh,
yeah, that it's one of those
wow,
things
that
that
was good as fuck.
you have to hit the end to really appreciate everything that happened before.
Because I thought it was kind of slow start of the second season.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was kind of slow, but then like when the ending got there, I was like, man, I can't, right, because now I understand the start of the second season more.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that show's gas. But like even that show, I could poke holes in it. On Attack on Titan, I can't at all. Nope, it's just great. And all the theories are like so sound and so good and thought out. And then like you think about them like interacting and like think about the world and you're like, everything makes sense. It all makes sense. Ha!
It's just so well crafted, and he put such good force. He literally did Oda foreshadowing, and we didn't even like notice it until
Yeah.
so deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cut
Oh,
out
I
there.
said like I said like his foreshadowing, it like a lot of it like hits in like chunks, so like at
Mm-hmm.
once. And then you're like, oh my god, like what the shit?
Yeah. Especially the main one for that was the Aaron yelling at his father in the when he's going back to his past. It's like that changes the whole story looking back. And then I was just thinking about today.
The whole story.
You know how at the very beginning when like literally the first 2 seconds where he wakes up or like he's sleeping and he has this dream about everything happening, and then he wakes up and like he's back where he is. And I just thought to myself
Mm.
today that Aaron, like, you know, people that have the Attack Titan can send back memories into the past. I was thinking that
Yeah.
Aaron sent back that memory into the past to try to get him to change what happened, but he can't break that cycle. So like he sent those
Yeah.
exact memories into the past so Aaron would know not to do that. But it never makes it through right.
Yeah, man, such a good take on time, like manipulation and Attack on Titan. And time is
It's so
such a
unique
hard
too.
thing to like do right, and that is such a unique one. That and Steins Gate, I don't know if there's any better example.
Steins Gate is phenomenal. I've been thinking about rewatching that, but
I have to. I have to. I think a rewatch would be nice. Nice on Steins Gate.
yeah, the thing is always stops me from rewatching shows though is I need to watch new things. I can't keep rewatching stuff, you know. I got to consume new
Same,
content.
same.
I don't
Yeah,
want to become
same.
one of those people
I am
that watches
watching.
The Office over and over again, you know.
Right, I know. I feel like I do consume new stuff. Like I'm watching Vinland Saga weekly. I'm reading Jujutsu Kaisen and Bleach.
I just watched the first season of Kakegurui yesterday, and then I
Is
finished.
that the gambling one?
Yeah, which is way better than I thought it was gonna be. Actually,
Oh, really?
it was actually pretty good. It's
Nice.
a little bit horny for my
Isaac
taste,
likes that
but
one.
yeah,
Ah,
it's
yeah.
got a little bit of the fan service going on, which are not really my taste, but it's good.
Gotcha.
And then I finished To Your Eternity, the second season yesterday as well.
Oh, I need to finish that first season.
Second season is also
I
very
need to
good.
finish
Not
that
as good
first
as the
season,
first
'cause that's-
season, but second season is very good.
Yeah.
There's a twist in the second season that I feel like kind of ruins the rest of the show. Maybe, but I'll see how it continues because there is like third season. There's
Dude,
more
I
gonna
wanna
happen, but
I wanna bite the bullet and watch ReZero. I
don't
just
do it,
I
bro.
can't bring
It's
myself
no
to do it.
good.
I wanna do it. I
It's
wanna
not worth
do it.
watching. That's one of those way overhyped ones. It's not worth watching, in my opinion. Maybe the second season's way better,
Yeah.
but the first season was the one with all the hype, and I did not like it that much.
Ooh, I haven't watched Vinland Saga today.
Neither have I. I was work, and then as soon as I got off work, I filled up my water bottle and started the podcast. So
I think the last 2 days I've been horizontal for about most of them.
recovering
It's
from
been
St.
great.
Patty's or what?
Yeah, recovering from St. Patty's. I just haven't had ambition. I just want to play and watch the show. So I've just been doing that. It's been
Mhm.
great though. Tonight though, I'm going on a big manga binge. I'm
Yeah,
stoked.
that sounds like a move. Sounds
I
like
might
a
catch
move.
up on Jujutsu Kaisen. I might
That
get
sounds
caught
like
up.
a move, dude. That would give
Yeah.
me and Shane another person to talk to about JJK.
Yeah, because
And
where
then
I'm at is right where must be like this next big arc starts. It's like some sort of death tournament thing.
yeah, that's pretty much right. We're still in the Death Calling Games arc, or the Calling Games
Oh,
it's called.
okay. All right, sweet. The Culling Games, yep. So I'm one chapter into that arc.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it gets
it's uphill.
it's where it's at right. It's phenomenal, bro. You haven't met Takuba yet either? Takuba's the goat, bro.
Takuba.
I can't wait
No.
till you meet Takuba. He's a
Is
comedian.
he the guy you sent pictures of him in
Probably.
our chat?
Probably. Dude's just a comedian, but he's the most overpowered motherfucker ever.
He's like he has like weird
He has
mutton
like
chops or almost.
Yeah, he has like mutton chops, and then
something.
I don't know where he got this costume, but half of his body has like, it's like a heart and then like a smiley face, and then like one half is like black and the other half is like yellow. It's like, where did you manage to find this costume in the Culling Games, bro? Like, what happened here? And he has the most wild sorcery too. But I'll let you read that for you to hear what it is, because that is just it doesn't his sorcery makes no sense.
I'll get there tonight, man. I'll get there tonight.
You better, dude. You're gonna, when you get to where you're at right now, where like chapter like 213 is where shit really hits the fan, and we're on chapter 217 now, and it's really only playing out. Like, there hasn't been, it's not there's nothing bad happening where I'm like, oh, I wish that one to happen that way. It's like, it's still, everything's going good. So
yeah, well, that's what I kind of like JJK too, because I can like read it relatively fast and still like comprehend everything that's happening.
Yeah, I get
whenever
that.
I dive into Hunter x Hunter again, I swear it.
Well, that's
I swear it takes me just like, if it were to just, yeah. Well, and like even it's not the best, so I'm like looking at each panel. Like, wait, what's happening here? Hold on, like, what's going on? So, yeah,
I really
got to be my next endeavor. I'll be caught up.
Yeah, for One Piece, I really got to piece together what the hell's going on in Egghead, because
yeah, a little confusing.
None of this, and he even has a map of like what's going on. It's like, this map doesn't even make any damn sense.
Yeah. That's okay. Reunion at Elbaf.
True. Let's hope so. But We'll see how the rest of this
Yeah.
arc plays out.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Well, I am just about out of my ranting. How about you?
Yeah, I think that's about all I got for the rants.
We can
I
call
think
that
that's about it.
we can call that an episode. If your favorite anime or least favorite anime didn't make it onto this list, we're sorry, but you're probably just wrong.
More than likely.
Yeah. Anyways, catch you guys